feel like all eyes on Taiga, really. Yeah. Even the overgrowth doesn't feel like it's going to be that effective.
He's done it before, and there's a reason why we see him time and time again on his Enigma. It is his, you know, one of the heroes that he was smashing game after game with, especially during the major. So every reason to believe that he might just have up his sleeves the trick that they'll need to get them back in on this one, as they do continue to fall behind.
Next big items. Amara has a full Scotty now finished, so that'll be really nice versus the Razor. It's just so funny whenever I see this, whenever I'm watching this team, because like, Amar literally just plays carry from the off lane half the time, or every time it feels like.
Here we go. Smoke up again. The last few times this has not gone too well for OG, their smokes.
They got to address Nisha, so they got to get like the silences from BZM, ruptures, etc. onto him.
BZM sort of just jumping in to scout out the situation. Misha is it.
It's just so funny whenever I see this, whenever I'm watching this team, because like, Amar literally just plays carry from the off lane half the time, or every time it feels like.
Here we go. Smoke up again. The last few times this has not gone too well for OG, their smokes.
They got to address Nisha, so they got to get like the silences from BZM, ruptures, etc. onto him.
BZM sort of just jumping in to scout out the situation. Misha is it. Solid team fight, and as I said, it's Black Holes, but he just couldn't find it there, and
okay.
Okay.
I was gonna be like, what the? I mean, that's not like OG.
The game ain't going great, but indeed, OG is not the kind of squad that taps out after a bad fight. They'll play on.
A lot of weird fights, though, I would say. Like OG, it feels like they really are forcing the issue a lot of times. This one, their smoke broke, and then they kind of like stutter stepped a little bit instead of just all committing. Like one person jumped in, the others kind of backed out for a second. So Secret just got an easy initiation. Yapso just jumps in, gets the Doom onto BZM.
Yep.
Misha, I think he only got the root onto 2 heroes, maybe the Chen and the Necro, which didn't really matter. And yeah, Nisha, with a little bit of fortune coming into that Rolling Thunder that bonks the black hole at the end. And so you could continue to shove all 3 lanes, keeping that pressure onto OG's side.
Nice. Continue to love life. He's top net worth right now. He's like, right, I got my Radiance. I'll treat myself to an overwhelming Blink next.
My thrift reward.
You know, he's showing them, you know, it's sort of that both off-laners here this game. You know, they want to be the carries, and Ice. He's like, look, I'll show you how it's done.
It's how do they address
big items here?
Hey, how do they address all 3 of these cores being so tanky and like actually dishing out so much damage? They can't focus fire all of them.
Taiga.
He's in a rough one.
They don't want to go straight for the dive. I mean, Uragi's turns up. He's going to try and commit in onto Ice. Blood Bright as well. Ice.
He got it
out. Uragi gets the kill.
All right.
So if they can get more from this.
Level 24 on this Bloodseeker. Now he's top net worth after killing a massive streak off of Ice.
That's the juicy kill. So if they can get more, OG. They jump into the start. Ice is actually going to come in with a buyback. Puppy's getting committed on. BKB pop, but the overgrowth full hold back Crystallis for now. Puppy goes down.
Doom onto BZM, but is there follow-up?
And the Absol is going to take some damage here from Amar in return. Ice steps up, gets the scythe down onto Taiga. They take out Taiga, they take out Misha. They surround Amar, and Amar tries to turn towards Crystallis, but Crystallis is able to kite him up, stays to the side, as Amar will slowly fall here to Misha and Ice.
Right.
Solid buyback there from Ice.
Yeah, exactly what I was going to say. I think that was pretty needed. Otherwise, I think things could have gotten a little bit weird. Good Doom, too, to at least push away BZM. Otherwise, again, same thing. They could have potentially gone for some more chase.
And Ice, you know, adapting to the situation. You know, Dive's like, all right, maybe not the overwhelming Blink. I guess I'll get a Lincoln Sphere next.
Unless they get another successful fight.
Because if he wins another fight, he's going to be going back to the big items. Back to the fun stuff.
Top, Uragi BKB is back up. It's on cooldown for a second. Nisha's ruptured. They find him.
That's a big one. And the bash. They get the bash on your Absol. OG.
Oh, it's a huge one.
Huge couple of kills there behind their tier 1. The biggest one indeed being taken down Nisha. That's a lot of money.
Was that the second rupture charge that caught him off guard? I think it was. I think the Bloodseeker
Yeah,
just hit.
both charges
Yeah,
dropped.
I think he just hit the 25. I don't think Nisha was
And I
expecting
think
it.
we're over sort of 1,000 gold going their way off the back of taking down Nisha. You know, it was 6-0-14. First time he goes down this game.
How much gold did Yuragi actually just get these last few moments? He got like 1,000 plus gold for killing the Necrophos.
BZM got the kill just there on that one.
Okay, but he got the Necrophos earlier, and then he got the 400 plus the 300 or the 170. So he got like 2,000 gold or something.
That's a lot of money
from just kills in these last few moments. Look at that, humongous injection.
I mean, and again, as I say, you know, throughout all the chaos that's been going on, he's really been keeping it clean.
He's almost 6 slotted.
He 8-1 and 6. The team fights have not been great for OG, but Yuragi's always made sure that he never gets brought down with the rest of his team when Secret are turning things around. He's staying strong. Level 26, Yuragi definitely still having a shot of carrying this game.
And Pango's still dead for 25. Doom, even when he respawns, is dead. Or it doesn't have Doom. So Bloodseeker's gonna be able to get himself a shard now too.
1 and 6. The team fights have not been great for OG, but Yuragi's always made sure that he never gets brought down with the rest of his team when Secret are turning things around. He's staying strong. Level 26, Yuragi definitely still having a shot of carrying this game.
And Pango's still dead for 25. Doom, even when he respawns, is dead. Or it doesn't have Doom. So Bloodseeker's gonna be able to get himself a shard now too.
1 and 6. The team fights have not been great for OG, but Yuragi's always made sure that he never gets brought down with the rest of his team when Secret are turning things around. He's staying strong. Level 26, Yuragi definitely still having a shot of carrying this game.
And Pango's still dead for 25. Doom, even when he respawns, is dead. Or it doesn't have Doom. So Bloodseeker's gonna be able to get himself a shard now too.
1 and 6. From finding these black holes, of course, still has to be wary of. Well, there's obviously not much you can do about getting caught by a sort of a stray swashbuckle and a bash prop. But outside of that, yeah, indeed, yeah, he's going to have a much better chance of finding those jumps.
It's very likely he will actually now, right? Especially with Aegis too, you can kind of bait positioning. And how tanky everybody is with Lincolns, they have a lot more survivability. So I feel like Taiga now, he does have much better options. OG feeling very confident now, actually having wards on the map now too.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you what as well, they've got eyes on that DD rune and going ahead for that one. Misha is going to jump in here to try and start off some action. BZM's in with a burst towards Jap, so it's not enough to get him Tiger.
Oh, it's a whip.
Oh, it's well, okay, Nisha. He's got him covered, he rolled in. In fact,
he got Nisha.
Straight up dead. It worked out at the end of the day. That's a dead Nisha, and now with the BKB's pod, they're ready to come in for more. For Crystallis, Draghi steps over towards the Razor, cuts him down. As a third kill here for OG. As OG, they're pretty happy with the outcome of this team fight so far. If they can limit further casualties, they'll be very, very happy. I mean, Nisha and Crystallis, they're out and they've got no buyback.
Ice.
So OG, they're going to keep the fight going. They're going to look for the control on towards Ice. Puppy with the micro trying to hold back Amar. But Yuragi shows his head back in, takes out Ice.
Puppy just killed him with all his jumping stuff. That's actually pretty crazy, but he will end up dying.
I mean, that's the whole team gone. OG, ladies and gentlemen.
Holy.
Well, there you have it. And that was a fight that started with a black hole that caught nobody. I mean, that's how good they are. They hit nobody with the black hole, and they still team wipe you.
I gotta see this fight. I'm like waiting for fight revamp. I want to see how much damage was actually done. Look at this, 8,000 from Enigma, 8,000 from Void Spirit.
I mean,
10 did 5K.
That is a rough fight for Secret. Look at this again. There we have a good bit of poke from BZM to start things off, and then Nisha rolls straight into the black hole.
Just gets caught with Rupture as well too, and just gets brought down. Gabster couldn't find an opportunity to get Doom off either. He has a Lincoln's on the Doom, but that doesn't protect him at all versus this Bloodseeker who just gets on top of him. And now it's a Rax, and potentially more.
I mean, if you consider sort of the swing that this game's had now in gold, you know, Secret, they've got to have some sort of big moves to regain control. OG turning that lead that Secret were holding for the most part right around. Yuragi completely crushing it here. 11-1 and 9. I don't know how they can stop this man.
I don't know how he's actually only has the one death. So many of these fights earlier, he was able to reset away and just run, barely survive.
He's played it perfectly. He carried this game.
Radiant's top tower is
after a couple, well, I guess the team was making these calls about like rupturing chants and stuff like that. I think right after that one, they realized like, no more of that. Always be rupturing this Pango, and now we've seen it. What it does cause. Now, I mean, multiple level 25s too. Bo3 now has that super busted talent, of course. And even Viper soon,
Yeah.
level 25 with the Manta as well on Amar. So going for more of that carry style as we do see him do.
I was say, yeah, Secret, they've got to step it back up. These last few fights have been very rough for them. OG, they're getting the lead, and you know, we saw it from the major. You know, when they turn a game around and they get it under their control, they very rarely let it slip away once more from them.
They baited a Rolling Thunder too. Doom and Roll on cooldown.
Radiant are scanning.
25 seconds till it's back up.
Lost some money on Uragi as well.
Lots of money on everyone on OG.
Yeah.
Taiga's getting close to Refresher now too. He's been sitting on a Philosopher's Stone. He's just swapping the Philly back in over and over again.
Misha's about to get his second item.
Misha?
Yeah.
That allowed? 5 positions getting
Dire's
2 items?
bottom tower
He's
is under
loving
attack.
it. I mean, the last few times, you know, he's been throwing himself in with the overgrowths, and it's been working.
He did. He got a couple
It's
good ones.
absolutely been working. Just some great bit of poke, as I say, from OG to start off the last few fights. BZM as well, making sure that he's not afraid to sort of dash in and scout out the situation.
Quick blink, puts a ward down, it's spotted.
Now, Secret opting to try and set up a defense around this tier 2.
They're trying so hard to keep Nisha double Lincolns.
Yeah.
Just to make sure he doesn't get the double rupture, because that's what happened last time. There was a Lincoln thrown onto him, but he got ruptured and then ruptured again.
Dire's bottom
Just happy to
tower
make
is
sure
under
that
attack.
he's been protected. Hubby's just gone.
Oh my goodness, he's more than just gone. He disappeared in a moment.
The root.
Tiger popped the BKB. He's got the black hole. He's ready to turn, lock them down. He's going to catch the 3 until the Japsor steps into it. Secret, they've lost 4.
GG.
I mean, it really is over. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. OG. I mean, this game 1, I mean, they really did it in OG style once more. You know, they have so this crazy mid-game where they just smoke after smoke. They're losing 4 heroes every single time. Uragi, he's chilling out. He's like, guys, thanks for the space. And it really was. It worked out. Perhaps that was the plan all along. They were like, let's go for these fights. Doesn't matter if we're all dying, because that won't affect our game plan in the long run. And it didn't. Those last few fights, as we saw, OG just dismantled. Secret just, for a team that was, what, like 10k ahead for the most part, those last 2 fights, it seemed like Secret was miles behind.
Yeah, I think they peaked at, what, 15k lead of gold, and I think it was about the similar for experience, maybe a little bit more than that even, but yeah, OG.
And it didn't. Those last few fights, as we saw, OG just dismantled. Secret just, for a team that was, what, like 10k ahead for the most part, those last 2 fights, it seemed like Secret was miles behind.
Yeah, I think they peaked at, what, 15k lead of gold, and I think it was about the similar for experience, maybe a little bit more than that even, but yeah, OG.
Secret just, for a team that was, what, like 10k ahead for the most part, those last 2 fights, it seemed like Secret was miles behind.
Yeah, I think they peaked at, what, 15k lead of gold, and I think it was about the similar for experience, maybe a little bit more than that even, but yeah, OG.
I'd gotten a little bit surprised by the lane setup that OG did, putting
Yeah.
Enigma there, because
Remaining.
like whatever they put with Viper, it's still gonna be a strong lane,
5
but this
seconds
having this
remaining.
mini stun in the lane with the Bloodseeker was what set them up for a success.
Yeah, we have the openings of the draft so far being quite similar. I mean, exactly similar. Of course, there's the change of Team Secret, this time being Radiant, and OG being Dire. First pick going the way of Team Secret rather than OG, so that's the complete 180 from previous game. And a change there. The previous game, we had Team Secret banning out the Beastmaster phase. This time around, or next to the Storm that is, or rather,
Was there a Timber ban?
there was, and
There
OG
was.
was actually the one banning out Storm, and it was Secret banning out the
10
CK and the Timber. So
remaining.
we'll see. There's a bit of a change there. So Timber's still in. We'll see if OG wants to pick that up.
5
And Viper
seconds
removed. As obviously, it was one of the first phase pick from OG in the previous game.
I mean, I guess the thought here with leaving Timber through is, you know, you can get Ice Timber as well. And I know a lot to teams have discovered that first phasing Timber is, you know, it seems
It's
like
okay.
it's
Yeah,
good. It's
it's
good. Yeah,
fine.
it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, this
Oh, are we sure we don't have the team swapped around? We got an Enigma from Team Secret.
I was about to make a pun, but you guys ruined it, so I don't
Oh
want to say it
no!
anymore.
What was it?
Thank you.
You know, you're playing against Team they banned CK because they're
10
playing against Team
seconds remaining.
Secret. Huh?
5 seconds.
Well, not one of your strongest ones.
You know, you gotta put those dumb ones as well, because
That's fair. You got yeah.
Set the
that's
bar
true.
low.
That's true.
Yeah. That's,
That way the good ones hit better, you know? It's great. All right, so we got the Timber Saw. We know Amar's Timber Saw is amazing, and we also have seen it countered quite a few times because people are aware that it's good, so they're paying extra attention to make sure that they have it countered somewhat. Is Enigma a little bit of a counter to Timber Saw, perhaps?
I wouldn't say so. Maybe at the later stages of the game, but you need to have like one hero that Timbersaw is gonna be afraid of. If we're talking about, you know, OD, Monkey, there's that type of hero, Bat,
Leshrac.
Ooh. What do we make of that? It is a
Absolutely
long...
nothing. It's it could be, you know, what do you want to play, Jakiro? It's a long-range disruption. That's the only thing I can think of right now. Like something that can disrupt Enigma, and it's good
10 seconds
against
remaining.
Eidolons in the lane, having something to deal with the Eidolons,
5
and also
seconds
like
remaining.
it's been used before as something to stop anything that has like good casting range and good against the spellcaster. This Ice Bat, it's like I don't know.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Is that we talked about you want that one hero that Timbersaw doesn't want to play against, and I feel like Jakiro is generally pretty good against all of those, the Leshracs, the Bat Riders, because you are a long-range spellcaster. You do commit to the fight, and if you do that against a Jakiro, you're gonna die.
Pango coming out again. We saw Nisha on the Pango previous game. It worked out well, obviously not well enough, and he did also jump into a black hole once, but this time Enigma's on their team, so.
This time around, it's going to be a much easier Pango game than before, because he was playing into Treant and Enigma
5
last time
seconds
around.
remaining.
Rupture as well, so
OG's
definitely
turn
an
to bat.
easier one this time around, at least just by seeing these two heroes. He doesn't have to care about anything.
Yeah, if you're Secret here, you just ban out all the Pango counters, and if you're OG here, you ban out all the Timber counters. Like, that's what this ban phase is essentially going to be, is like Bloodseeker, Puck banned out, and on the flip side, like probably Leshrac, Bat Rider, maybe Monkey King, those types of heroes.
5 seconds remaining.
But we have seen Amar play into some pretty awful looking Timber games, and
Team
like still he
Secret's turn to
generally
bat.
seems to know the build. They banned the Bloodseeker.
Strange.
Okay, maybe we're just gonna see like a flip.
Yeah, you sure it's not flipped?
Okay, ban out the Leshrac now for Team Secret.
Yeah, you talked about
10
Timbersaw
seconds
being
remaining.
played by Amar, where he plays into like very bad matchups, and he
seconds
still
remaining.
finds the farm. He might be the best Timbersaw player in the
turn to
world. Like
bat.
what he does, he always finds a way to play the lane. But we're talking about like making a lane for himself.
Yeah.
Someone pulls the wave for him. creep equilibrium is messed up. So they just know how to play around ATF.
Yeah, I remember we did an interview. We asked him about like a timber build. He did some, weird. It was like the Manta game, something like that. And he said something along the lines of like, "Oh, I don't think about my build. Like, I just do whatever like I feel like in a game. Like, I don't follow any rules in terms of like, here's a flow chart. If I'm against this hero, here's what I do. Like, he just feels out the game, which I mean, that's why there's the Amar test. Gold tier heroes only. The only way that you can have these, really solid like instincts for a hero is if you've played it a shitload. So at least gold tier.
10 seconds remaining.
What surprised me the most about the OG when they played a major is that
5 seconds
BZM
remaining.
doesn't play with the mouse pad.
OG's turn to ban.
Oh my god. Yeah,
he doesn't.
refuse.
With the mouse mat.
Yeah, he doesn't.
mouse
He
pad.
doesn't use it.
No.
So he's like, oh, it's a table. I'm just gonna put my mouse and play like that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that really look okay. So some tables are fine with that, but if you have a little bit of a slidey table, then you're
Apparently, doesn't matter.
It
for
doesn't
him.
matter because the mid lane's not a highly mechanically skilled role. So
oh no, of
really
course
doesn't
not.
matter
So
for.
it's fine. Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah,
You
exactly.
don't need to click mouse buttons. You're good.
Absolutely.
Well, you only need to click the buttons. You don't need to move your mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is interesting. I've never heard about that.
Kids these days.
Kids these days.
I say Size does not have a radiance in real life, otherwise we'd be able to see him.
It's strange because normally you'd see some light from the monitor,
You would- it's
shine,
like,
right?
yeah, he's playing with his monitor in absolute dark mode. It's like that's the thing with IO, it limits the amount of stuff that you can do. It's like it's more about like the relocate saves as opposed to like being constantly attached at the hip to somebody.
Turn to ban.
Morphling.
So there you go with the Morphling, one of the Razor counters. Like they have no real stuns, so Morphling will be able to get the shift off and also getting the static link against the Razor, so you just stand your ground and take a fight. This is something that OG, it feels like they figured out how to play against the Razor, because they do run Razor themselves quite a lot. Playing into mana burn, if we're talking about this mid Pango, this is something that both Timbersaw and Morphling are gonna struggle with. Even if there's a heal coming up from Wyvern, you're still gonna be able to burn their mana, so sometimes like the setup is not gonna be the greatest. Also, they don't have an instant lockdown. It feels like they figured out how to play against the Razor. OG is very slow, very sluggish. Morphling plus like Jakiro Wyvern, if these heroes are playing from behind, I don't think Timbersaw has, even if they're playing from ahead, Timbersaw is gonna struggle finding a partner to play with. It needs to come from the mid lane.
Yeah, I definitely heard everything you were saying. I wasn't watching Tiger eating ice cream. Out
Is
of
it ice cream, you think?
I don't know. It looks like nothing's on a spoon. He's like acting. It's like act eating.
He's doing it very well, though.
He is. He's doing better than most actors do. He's like, clearly you're not eating anything there.
No,
you
it
know?
could be ice cream.
He's licking the spoon, so it's getting stuck to the spoon.
He ate ice cream last
He's drinking Morphling.
Let's you go water from a spoon. Drink it like that. I don't know. It looks like.
Hey, that's how soup works. I mean, come on.
I mean, it might be soup, actually. Good point.
Clearly, you're not eating anything there.
No,
you
it
know?
could be ice cream.
Is gonna struggle.
He's licking the spoon, so if he gets stuck to the spoon.
He ate.
Get the camera. I cannot focus on it. If this is going to be on him, this is what I'm going to talk about.
All right, so we are looking once again. Team Secret looks to. Let's you go water from a spoon. Drink it like that. I don't know. It looks like.
Hey, that's how soup works. I mean, come on.
I mean, it might be soup, actually. Good point.
Clearly, you're not eating anything there.
No,
you
it
know?
could be ice cream.
Is gonna struggle.
He's licking the spoon, so if he gets stuck
Here or there. If they want to, they can put Yakiro mid.
Yeah, if you want to lose in 15 minutes, like this. Yeah, people tried it before so many
they
times.
have. And Wyvern mid has been a thing. Morphling mid. You know, there's potential. Probably not, but
mid morphs might seem a bit greedy. I wouldn't mind seeing that if they want.
Here or there. If they want to, they can put Yakiro mid.
Yeah, if you want to lose in 15 minutes, like this. Yeah, people tried it before so many
they
times.
have. And Wyvern mid has been a thing. Morphling mid. You know, there's potential. Probably not, but
mid morphs might seem a bit greedy. I wouldn't mind seeing that if they want.
Here or there. If they want to, they can put Yakiro mid.
Yeah, if you want to lose in 15 minutes, like this. Yeah, people tried it before so many
they
times.
have. And Wyvern mid has been.
Lina, I would say,
Yeah.
one of the options. It's not like an instant lockdown, might be a bit slow, but we've seen Lina during the major where she gets first sight on BKB, like Soul Ring into BKB and fights with the team. Queen of Pain has been a forgotten hero, but I think that's a really good call, Jenkins, because they have no lockdown. Like, Queen of Pain doesn't care about anything, and she's been always a good like counter. If we're talking about like BKBs with the pushback when it was added against the Pango, against the Razor, you can push people out of the static link as well, like buy some time during the roll. So have like multiple waves of setting things up. Also, Spirit Vessel Buyer against the IO works really well.
Remaining.
And you want to play Greed too with Enigma Doom. You just pick an Invoker Morph combo. It's like, all right, you want to go late game against this? Throw Alacrity on this guy. We've got Cataclysm.
Never mind.
And they go for Tiny instead.
They go for Tiny. Also burst on the IO, of course, still good with that. I'm kind of curious how they're planning on doing with the
Fling.
Yeah, against Pango. I mean, she called for it.
yeah, totally, exactly what I was thinking.
Well, you mentioned it, so we gotta give you credit.
Option. It's always an option.
It is an option.
This is nice. I wasn't really expecting. Oh, I was expecting it, of course. Yeah.
Naturally, yes.
Yes, naturally.
Very strong matchup.
They are still not choosing who's playing. There we go. Ice will play the Doom, and it will be Yapster on the Enigma.
They put Morphling on mid, which seems to be a thing against the Pango. Morphling is going to get a lot of farm. I think it's pretty similar to Morphling plus against Ember Spirit matchup, where you tend to farm, but you got to be careful because Pango does have more.
You.
Yeah, he can burst you.
Yeah. Another morph. You know, you can always get the morph off, which is like that's like, you know, people talk about BKB being able to get that off, but it's like same thing applies to morph, right?
Yeah. So previous game we said that Secret's lineup was a little bit more harder to execute compared to OG's. What are we thinking about this draft comparison?
I'd say OG's draft is very difficult to execute, having like two supports who like you misuse your Wyvern ulti and you're gonna really suffer. Like one, if you don't click morph, sometimes it just feels really bad. You lose a fight. I'm gonna give a slight edge to Team Secret in this one. I feel like OG, I mean, it's still a Mar Timbersaw, but I feel like Team Secret has a much easier draft to play, and overall feels like I've never been a big fan of these two supports that like don't have stuns.
All right, we're gonna find out. It's game 2. Secret and OD Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you, Steven. Yes. Secret Fogs. What should I make of the draft results this time round? We're getting something a bit different from Secret, right? From OG, right? Bringing BZM on the Morphling mid, but not a sort of a bad answer, right, towards what Secret have been doing with the mid Pango. Because as the panel said, this is a matchup where Morph can have a pretty easy time hitting the creeps, and when you have a Morph that's having an easy time hitting the creeps and getting solo XP, that can become quite the difficulty of a hero to deal with.
Yeah, again, it's like this tricorp, right? That's going to be kind of pressuring all fronts. This is the way that OG plays. Just try to take advantage, try to push the limits of where you are setting up your lane. So it's really interesting that they decided to do that. And interesting they pick a Tiny carry into Enigma, into percentage-based damage. 2 heroes, actually, that do have it, of course. Got to add in the Infernal Blade at some point, too, because it is going to be a core Doom. So perhaps we'll see that one more. But yeah, an interesting grab.
30 seconds.
It is one of those heroes that can always deal with Enigma Eidolons. It's like impossible to actually even have Eidolons in lane versus Tiny. He's always able to just clear them out pretty much instantly.
Yeah, and what do you sort of make of Secret's lineup this time round? I mean, you're saying to me there's a bit of greed going on with some of these picks.
Yeah, the Enigma and the Doom together for me, just sometimes it's a bit tough to make work. I know Taiga, he's one of the few for me that he's very aggressive on his Enigma. A lot of other players, they get to the point where they just get super passive and they can't do anything. And Yapzor, he's looking pretty dead.
It should be a first blood here for OG, Uragi. He'll be able to take it.
3 runes though for Secret. And just to point out, we can bring up the alt chat as well if you guys wanted to see. Amar, he just was giving like a little poking gent, you know, to his buddy, the Crystal's 1 hero pool, because he's playing Razorback to back.
Got some good banter between the old buddies.
I mean, Crystallis has said it before with him. Like, we've had interviews with him, and he's been like, well, they banned my other 2 heroes, so I had to play X.
No, he does. Yeah, no, he knows how to have a bit of laugh himself.
Yeah, they're good. Let's see how these lanes end up going. This top one, like I said, for Yapzor, does look like it can be really hard for Eidolons in particular versus Dual Breath plus the Tiny. But Ice, he's a Doom. See what creep he's able to find at some point and how they're going to be able to reset positioning with this constant Eidolon deny.
I stop you.
Yeah, sort of. Do you sort of share the same sort of concerns that Power had a little bit with OG support duo?
Jakiro overall for me is just one that, I don't know, it just never feels really that great. I like the hero's spell kit is great, but for some reason, something... Nice little Eidolons there. Tips from the friends. Razor versus Timber matchup. I'm sure Amar is loving himself right now playing Timber versus it. Not the easiest, of course, for Amar, having to use the Timber chain pretty much to last hit exclusively.
Does it sort of get easier down here for Timber as levels come in, or is it always kind of rough?
Yeah, I mean, it always gets easier for these. It's not like he's at risk of really even dying versus he has a Timber chain, but he's not going to contest CS much. Like, Razor should have some pretty free farm. Take a look back at the mid. We're going to see it. I feel like it gets just better and better for the Morphling, to be honest, as the lane progresses. So already BZM off to an excellent start. The only thing you have to be worried pretty much is like level 2, 3, 4, like if you get burst somehow from the Pango, but don't really see that happening too much anymore.
Crystallis also able to take out Mars Courier down here.
Top is an issue, though. They can't actually reset the lane positioning good enough with the Eidolons, so the lane position is all the way at the tower, so Ice actually can't lane.
They go for a bit. Yapzor's going for a bit of jungling.
He is jungling there. Not getting experience, though, so it's just gold that he's gaining.
I think he's only get the one creep as well.
Ice, he did find the creep, as we always mentioned. I mean, everyone always seems to find it. The mana aura plus that mana burn. But yeah, tough lane positioning. If it's so far up, they can kill him. They can do a lot of different cheeky plays. Even saving the 1 point on Yuragi, I see, in case he does see an opportunity for a toss. Yeah.
It's definitely going to be a bit of a concern. We saw how well Yuragi played last game. So you give him a good start. Highly likely that this man's going to pop off once again.
He has absolute free farm. Here he has treads coming out.
Amazing what you found laying around.
I mean, does this lane get any harder for him as the levels come in for sort of Ice and Yapzor, or it's...
This is a free lane for the Tiny for sure. Doom, I feel like he gets a little bit of a better time to perhaps survive up here, but interesting. Wow, Ice even takes a point in Infernal Blade early. Okay. I mean, he does have like infinite mana up here, but...
Oh, mid.
Don't see that much.
Tiger's coming towards the mid to give that extra bit of firepower to take down Nisha.
Oh, and look at the timing. 350. Both runes gonna get snatched up.
That was a perfect move from Tiger to come and join forces with BZM in the mid. BZM is going to be very, very happy with that move.
And it's smart because even though Razor is absolute free farm bottom, as we're mentioning, they cannot kill the Timber, and he's starting to build up and farm. He's starting to get pretty decent. 17-1, actually. So 3 lanes again, looking pretty good for OG.
That Tiger, he'll head back down bottom. And well and truly knowing that BZM is almost certainly going to continue to have a pretty free time in the mid matchup.
Like the skill build too, going the 2 in the adaptive rather than going for waveform. Just that constant harass and poke, forcing range drop charges.
All right, and do we usually see this? I mean, Yuragi this game opting for the Soul Ring, making sure that he constantly has the ability to get his combo off.
I honestly really like these strength carries going for Soul Ring. There was a time when we had Wraith Kings. I remember that China was obsessed with Soul Ring when it was cheaper. They were buying it on Wraith King, so I'm honestly fine with the item. And he wants to be more active, I feel like, this game with his support.
No, for sure, exactly, especially when you have like a mid-morphling.
Exactly, he wants to be...
He's going to be roaming around the map looking for kills. Top lane, they will lose Misha. Yeah, I'm sure nice able to take him down, but yeah, indeed, Yuragi, he's going to be a playmaker this game.
Yeah, that is what it feels like. Ice, very important kill that they're able to get back in this lane so he can start actually playing the lane.
And of course, speed him up towards getting that Midas online as soon as he can.
Look at mid again. Taiga is lingering. Look at the build from Taiga too, double mantle. Very interesting.
It's hard to get a kill now. Level 6 is online for Nisha. So unlikely that he goes down to these 2.
He has 1 bottle charge. Okay, looks like they were going to maybe attempt it, but... Oh, Nisha giving the tip over. And Rune's going to be come up soon. Yuragi getting some pressure. That point in Infernal Blade's adding up for Ice.
Yeah, they want to try and make sure they're able to fight on this top lane secret. Bottom lane. I'm up.
There's the Rune as well, too. BZM is looking for a Rune. It'll spawn bottom. Fortunate for him. Actually, I think he had it either way. He had it in both situations because he stunned the Pango away from the top Rune. And it's a regen. Bit of a dream. I mean, we see Amar do this so much on his team. I feel like every time he plays Timber, he's in this position now at this point. Lane might have been a bit tough, but he just starts cutting wave.
What?
Top.
We're going to try and go for Yuragi. The TPs are coming in. Yuragi's going to be fine. And Yapzor and Ice still have to back off.
Oh, cool. He should put 2 points in the Liquid Fire instead of 2 in Dual Breath. Now lanes are broken though. Amar, he's hit 6. He can actually pressure the Razor now. So Crystals has to be a bit cautious of how he plays down here. Since we see the IO, we see Puppey. He has moved away from the lane. No, Top also.
Still Top. He's going to try and see if they can set up for some action on Ice. And the Splinter Blast as well. Ice. Getting pretty low. They'll take him down. Yapzor steps up. He's going to have to buff up from Puppey as Puppey tethers in. A look towards Tiger.
Gets a heal.
And he's going to be able to heal up a decent amount. See if that's going to be enough to get him out there. The Eidolon's still continuing to try and block him off. Tiger. Is he able to juke this? He has the Fairy Fire. I think he's going to be able to walk this one out. He's hidden in the trees. Puppey's trying to find him.
But now Yapzor might be in trouble.
And indeed, Tiger.
He
finally goes down. But it's
look how much it costed
for BZM to head over, take out Yapzor. Ice is back in the lane, back in action. He'll look towards Yuragi. Comes in with the Infernal Blade. Yuragi, he's got a toss. He'll try and step to the side, but he will fall.
And Doom?
it's a good Doom as well. They catch him before the shift goes off, so he's very low on the HP here, BZM.
He's dead.
He certainly is. He's going to tick down. Whether they find him or not, Puppey, he'll happily take the kill for himself.
Oh, a bit surprising that catches BZM off guard. I know he just hit 6 on the Doom, but usually these guys, they're very quick about being able to get the morph off. 2k gold lead now.
I mean, that ends it's huge for Secret up on that top lane.
Huge for us. I mean, he died, respawned, came back, got some extra kills because how long the sequence ended up going.
No, he wants to keep going. Yuragi is going to toss him back to the side, but Nisha is in with the Rolling Thunder. Secret, they're just going to continue to go for action up on this top lane, and they're going to get away with it. They take out Misha. Yuragi will turn with the Avalanche, holds them back momentarily, but they'll continue to chase him down into the trees, take him out. A Secret 6-4, 3k lead, completely smashing that top lane.
Phenomenal moves again. Nisha, both games. Even the first game, he was killer on the rotations with the Pango. Great moves, and that's going to turn them into a tower, too. BZM, he did start doing I think this is maybe what he wanted to do last time, too. Maybe didn't want to even rotate top. Usually when you see like these morph, a lot of these heroes that rotate out of the lane to go gank and stuff like that when you're playing into like a carry, the carry just sits mid and hits the tower. So I think BZM now, he probably is going to start doing that a bit more. Mid tower almost dropped down. But big hits from Secret with a bit of a greedy draft too with that Doom and Enigma. They strike back hard after the first 5 waves or so were really rough too for Ice. He's brought it back.
Oh, he really has top net worth, and with the Midas coming out soon, likely to stay in that position as he expect and hope to be as the offlane Doom this game. The money's just going to be rolling in.
Yeah, every little item always makes a difference. Like phase boots cause him to live so long that's able to reset and get all these chase sounds. So I like it's a kind of normal progression for a Doom, but I did see that he had just brown boots Midas initially and then went for the phase, so he's got now the Midas done. So phase Midas 940, pretty damn solid.
Maybe looking for some pressure around mid. I mean, Nisha backed up by Puppey.
Rune is going to be coming out in a second. I mean, pretty impossible for you to go for a kill onto the Pango there.
He's going to go with the Thunder. He's not able to get in time, though. BZM steps into the river, picks up the Arcane.
Tiger.
And then with the Swashbuckle, the Tiger, he's actually out with the TP off the top of the cliff. He's away.
Sneaky. Nicely done.
And Secret, they're going to keep themselves...
They have
Dire's
Catapult.
middle tower is under attack.
Can actually hit the mid tower decently now.
Dire's structures are fortified.
BZM has to use his full wand just so he's full HP to be able to get some pressure off the tower, but the Doom's here.
Indeed, he's got the ult ready to go. He steps in,
got him.
And he's got him again. Second Doom and second time down on BZM, guaranteeing them the kill. Yeah, Ice, finding their number now.
And Yuragi.
He's got Black Hole available. He's going to try and step up, and Malefice is there. Yep, so trying to close the gap.
Big hurt.
First, Tiger. He's going to hold them back as he turns Secret's attention over towards Puppey. Puppey goes down. Yep, so still playing the edge of the fight here. Has the Black Hole.
Look how Amara just isn't coming here at all. Amara's just staying bottom, farming, doesn't even care about going to help out the mid lane. Because he's very strong right now in the Timber, but decides to just stay down there to deal with the Razor. That's big move, Secret. 2 towers now.
Good early pressure. Top and the mid taken out. 11 minutes in. 3k lead here. 2 to 3k lead.
Full mech now on the IO too. So Puppey's gonna have a big element that could trip up OG a lot. Honestly, the damage on OG is a bit lackluster early on until they start getting some items and until they start bringing the Timber Saw in. This mech could really trip them up.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They will still have damage likely if the Timber's there in most situations, but without the Timber, I do feel like they're starting to be lacking a bit. Nisha, Diffusal is coming out, so he is going to be a lot stronger now versus the Tiny, the Timber. All 3 cores requiring mana pretty heavily. One of the better choices, of course, always versus Morphling.
See what OG can do with their presence down. I mean, Secret's going to respond to this.
Nisha. Use the Swash.
He's got the Rolling Thunder off in time. And they'll control them off for now. See BZM trying to trade hits here with Chrysalis. Goes aggressively the wave from the Macropire laid down. Secret have to back off it from the ultimate with the mech moment. It's Mar. They'll try and turn him for more, but the Malefice holds him back. Nisha not quite able to get the angle with the Swashbuckle. So OG will turn towards Yapster instead. Chakram bursting him low. Ice Path into the blast of BZM catches him. Nisha jumps back in for Misha.
Radiant's
for
bottom
one.
tower is under attack.
That was very close to Razor dying. Puppy's mech saved him at the last second, it looked like, so. Good aggressive moves. Secret, though, didn't overreact. They kept farming. Ice, still chilling in the mid lane with his Midas. So still continuing that gold lead and protecting their tower. So good moves again from Secret.
I'll see this again at the start.
Look how low Crystallis is.
Indeed, Puppy. Excellent saves there. Was in a lot of trouble. We saw, you know, BZM was able to set things up, turning into the Razor, using the static link against himself.
We'll see him doing that pretty much all game, because that's, you know, the main reason that they did pick it up on Mar. Gone for the Kaya. Significant chunk of damage as we see him.
Oh, he's going to keep
going
chasing.
right through Puppy.
I mean, Nisha still posturing as if he wants to poke back at this. I mean, they don't want to let this tier 1 tower go.
He's got ult up again, so he always wants to be able to get involved, and he's always healthy. He always has full mana because Puppy behind him.
And making it very hard for OG themselves to find any of these early tier 1 towers. They can't quite push the same way that Secret's been able to.
Yeah, they're defending with like two, maybe 3 heroes on Secret, while the other 2 just farm. Doom, as we mentioned, super greedy, chilling with the Midas. Yapstor, always super greedy, chilling as the Enigma, about to have Blink done. These are big moves from Secret, being able to hold that tower with just 3 heroes and farm the map. OG might have to just bring more numbers, it feels like.
Oh, Misha should be pretty dead here. He's very dead. Gone in an instant there.
And yeah, it's looking like Yuragi, he's got Blink queued up, so I think they're starting to feel like, okay, we really need this Tiny to get involved early on to start making some plays with our Timber, with our supports as well. Because they have these 2 carries, you know, they have this Morph and this Tiny that just both kind of do the same thing in a way. So I need to switch it up a little bit.
We'll see if Secret want to try and smoke up now with this Blink Dagger done on Yapsel. He has got a smoke at the ready. Doom, it's available from Ice. He wants to join the move. He's very close to the BKB, so may want to wait until he has that one done first.
It'll be done very fast. One more Midas, a couple creeps.
Dire's bottom tower is
And then it'll
under
cause some disarray in OG's team fights of who to curse in some situations too, if that BKB goes off at the right time.
Precious bounty.
OG continuing to try to get this tower. This time I think they might get it. Secret's pinging it though, like they want to actually battle.
I mean, they can definitely defend. A TP and a relocate, they can instantly bring in numbers.
Nisha, he's running down.
Radiant's bottom
They
tower
don't want to make
is under
this
attack.
easy for OG when it comes to going for these towers. They know they can hold with the limited numbers that they bring.
I mean, they have no way to jump Nisha when he does these type of plays until Tiny has Blink down. When Tiny has Blink, then they can always potentially kill Nisha if he does show like that. But yeah, pre-Blinks, there's not really many options for them.
And Nisha in to make sure this tower lives another day.
Yep, they've kept it up a very long time. So what, Blink Dagger on Taiga? So he's gonna, you're matching the Blink on the Enigma. It's all about positioning. You are just the one to get that Blink curse onto the Enigma in most situations, so I like it.
And as I said, if there's anyone that's going to be able to get into the head
top?
and an Enigma player, it's going to be Tiger. He's going to know when Yapsor's going to try and go with the jumps.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be tough for Yapsor to find these black holes, unless he catches Tiger in them.
Amar, bottom. Ice. Looking to get involved.
With the Thunder.
Oh.
That's going to be Misha gone.
I love the Tumbler. Tumbler rolling Thunder is very
Dire's
satisfying.
top tower is under attack.
And again, the bottom tower stays up.
Yuragi's looking to be more playmaking now. He's got the Blink. Yapsor and him just walk right past each other, but don't see each other up top. Okay, now he did. He showed himself. See you later. So Blink reveal. And it does feel like OG, they'll probably continue that pace. They'll try to pick up the pace a little bit better with this Blink on Tiny, but Secret's ready to fight back. They've gotten ahead significantly in this early game.
And we did see similar things in the first game.
We did.
Secret, they're good at getting the lead. It's all about turning that lead into a victory. Something that OG made very, very difficult in that game 1 for Secret as they came back in with a turnaround.
Now, OG's just they're very good about playing the greed game, playing the split up, making sure that everybody gets some farm, except for Misha. Misha's not allowed to have much farm. Very important. Only so much farm on the map. That's annoying for a Morphling always. Even just a swashbuckle like that. And we do see, yep, the Basher, of course, done for Nisha. Nice and early on. And Blink for Taiga. A couple different items being picked up.
Remember the call?
They got enough?
Hey, I tell you, that was a bit of a high five bait there. You know, that went from 0 to 100 quite quickly. You know, hey, sir, you want a high five? We're going to kill you now.
The Doom comes out onto a mark.
He's pretty tanky. The Curse will hold back the rest of Secret. That's probably going to be enough for Amar to walk this one off.
Black hole.
High jab, so he's caught the two of them with the black hole, but it does get put to an end by an adaptive strike. Avalanche is back up. Yap.
Amar lives.
Taken down. He's away in time. Ice and Puppey both incredibly low. In fact, he goes back in to kill off Puppey to make sure that he's not able to take the two of them out. Ice and Chrysalis have been split up from one another. Ice is dead. Chrysalis, we'll see if he's able to make it out of there.
Nope.
He's not going to be able to. OG, they get
Again.
the team wipe.
Explosive. As soon as they get like the blink and they go for this type of fight, they get such a successful one. Did you see what happened on the right side there? So Puppey,
what's happening there?
I think he's fine. Puppey relocated the Doom on top of Amar, and Amar, the Doom ended, and then he just turns onto the both of them.
On like 5% HP.
Yep. And
Amar was like, I'm coming back for the kills.
And it's because he has Sanj. Like, he actually has the Sanj to be able to make that duration less so that he's able to reset. And maybe an over-aggressive play by Puppey, but it did look good. Like, it looked like they were going to be able to clean up the Timber.
He was so low.
Like, look at that on the right. You see the relocate? We don't see it on our screens, but right now they're going for Doom. He just resets and then boom.
Look how low he is, Amar. He's able to get that chain off in time, and you'll see here he comes back in to kill off Puppey.
The game has been blown open now.
Yeah,
Morph and the Tiny, now top of the net worth.
Yeah, reminiscent of the sort of the team fights we had coming in at the end of that game one. OG. Just looking to be a bit all over the place.
Nisha just has to be... it wasn't the blink reveal. He knew the blink was there,
but... It was all off the back of a high five.
It was.
You went for a high five. You thought they were all friends in this, and then OG just team wipe them.
You gotta be careful.
You gotta be careful. Those high fives.
And Nisha, it's all about Nisha, really. That's what it feels like, right? He is the most crucial hero on the side of Secret. And OG, they've got his number. They're just immediately drawing the line to go for him. Crystal is quite quiet this series, I'll be honest. The Razor both games. Doesn't feel like he's been able to do much of anything.
Puppey. Goodbye. Another one here for Yuragi. Doing exactly what was needed to happen here with this safe lane Tiny.
Yep.
This Blink Dagger, he's up and down the map. He's
and look how fast he's moving.
He's getting involved. See what they can do top. Ice.
They see him.
I mean, Yuragi's in. He's got the setup and Amar. And he's got a lot of burst. The BKB comes out. Already, Ice has taken so much damage. They need a few more right clicks. How long until the blink's back up? They're going to need the blink for the Tiny. Amar just chases him down through the duration of the BKB, kills him off as it comes to an end. 14 to 10.
Kills after kills after kills. Just really started completely take over and they have good vision down now too. Both times there, these catches that they had was because of the vision that they had placed. Amar just leading the charge, knowing that he's pretty much immortal at this point. Lotus Orb finished up too. And they don't have anything like a vessel, do they? Anyway, yeah, they don't even have a vessel or an anyway for.
I don't know how they kill it. I don't know how they kill the Timber.
I don't know how
they couldn't do it with the Doom last fight. If they're not doing it during a Doom, I don't know when they're doing it.
It needs to be inside of it needs to be inside of a Midnight Pulse.
Yes,
that's one of the only ways that he is going to.
I mean, Black Hole's back up in a couple of seconds. Yapsor.
But the Roche is going to be dead before they get there. It's just going to die. It looks like.
I mean, if Yapsor, can he jump? Try a bit of a poke, but indeed Roshan goes down, ages into the hands of BZM.
And now Nisha. Oh.
Looks like he's going to be fine.
We look like it stopped.
Will be focused by BZM. Jump forward here with a swashbuckle. Doom has been dropped here onto Amar. Would mean that Amar's offensive potential has been limited, but again, is he actually going to die during this Doom?
Nice toss back.
With the toss back. Keeps him safe. BZM sort of just in the midst of them all. He's happy to play around here, of course, with that Aegis in his hands. And now he knows that the threat of the Doom has already been expended. He's not really got too much that he needs to be careful. BZM. Nisha to the side. He's caught by the ice path. BZM's heading over. Look at the burst coming out. Yapsor tries to jump in.
Avalanche.
But he can't get the ult off in time.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And now he himself, he's got to run. The Chakram is going to catch them, Amar.
Good God.
Excellent placement with the ultimate. As he takes out another, the curse to the side. OG, I mean, it feels like they're just dismantling Secret yet again. They have lost me.
And Christmas is gone.
But it's a triple kill for Amar. Everybody dead on Secret once again.
They're just dominating them in the team fights, honestly.
Yeah.
This is such good place. But Doom is also just being placed very aggressively without any follow-up. They didn't have any, like they had the Doom and then like they're chasing out a little bit. Then you see a Rolling Thunder kind of coming in the back line afterwards. Then it's a lot of like miscoordination, it feels like, from Secret and OG. They're on point with their coordination.
They absolutely are.
The ice path lands,
and a huge difference in both these games we're seeing in the team fight execution.
They know exactly how to follow up with their spell. Secrets, it seems like it's a bit all over the place. And I was mentioning for Crystallis, like both games, bit of quiet performance from Razor. This time again, 1, 2, and 0. He pops his BKB, gets insta-cursed and just killed as well. Doesn't really get to do much of anything.
22-11, 7k lead, and that's 2 back-to-back team wipes in a row that OG's been able to perform against Secret.
What was the score before the blink on Tiny? I think it was 11-10. I think it's actually 10.
It was pretty much even footing. Yeah.
I think it's pretty much 10 kills in a row.
And then after, what's he got coming out now, Yuragi?
What, BKB? I would imagine.
Yep, full BKB for him now.
Yep.
And we saw as well BZM. He had a whole lot of money. There's the Scardy. And it's going to be online in about 1,000 gold.
Oh man, and then if it's already been
look, all 3 of the cores, you see the 3 cores of OG, they are all insanely and evenly farmed.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
That is how
attack.
they play. They play that farm game for their cores. And it's working out perfectly. And as hard as a game as it's already been for the Razor, it's going to continue to get even harder as this Morphling keeps scaling, like you said.
It's a rough matchup.
Yeah, it's a really tough one.
As you can see now, BZM is just walking straight at them. Yuragi's in with the avalanche to get the jump. The Black Hole with the curse immediately there from Tiger. Shutting down the Black Hole. They do still get the good link off onto Yuragi. Chrysalis looks to run down the Tiny, and they will get it. Yuragi and Tiger taken out. Rolling Thunder as well from Nisha, catching Misha in the river. Secret, they're able to find an ability to punch back there.
You shouldn't be fly.
Maybe I should say something else about Crystallis. I mean, that's exactly what he needed to get back in this game. Able to turn around that fight. OG overlapping their spells a bit there. The curse actually wasn't needed. The ice path was there to cover for that black hole. They probably could have saved it on Taiga, but either way, that happens. BZM.
He's going to have to put the BKB. He's not got the mana for Doom. So now he does. Now he has. He's got the Doom down onto BZM. But backup's in. Amar's ready to turn up. Doesn't matter. BZM still goes down. And now Amar, he's the only one left alive. He's got to be careful.
Okay.
Secret off the back of a solid team fight. Deep on their half of the map. Immediately move over with the aggressive charge of Ice to make sure they get not only the 3 kills to start things off, but the big one onto BZM.
And just bringing Crystallis back into the game. Like, he was 1, 2, and 0. He wasn't able to find anything. Now he gets himself 2 big kills. Full Yasha into that Sanj. Same build he's going for as the last game. I know usually we tend to see just the BKB refresher, but Crystallis both times seems to have a different idea.
Definitely important signs of life there from Secret. You know, bringing it back after suffering 2 team wipes.
How close are they to... I think both teams almost have a Wraith Pack done too. Yapsters are quite a bit further, actually. Taiga's going to have his done any moment now. So that's going to be pretty big. Damage negation is going to be pretty huge. We've seen a couple of times Secret did have a little bit of lacking damage. That could make it even worse. But a good punch back that they really needed. Game's tripped up a bit. Black Hole down for 70. Doom as well. OG. Probably gonna look for a battle before that for the next 45 seconds or so.
I mean, Amar definitely still the biggest problem for Secret. They can't kill him.
And look at him just waltzing through the tier 2, waiting for the next wave. He's got his whole team behind him, so he can play this cocky.
With the items he has, the farm that he's got at this stage, he knows whatever they throw out onto him, even if they kill him, it's going to have to be so much that they use on him that the death, it's never going to feel bad.
Yeah, and even if they do him in some of these situations, like we haven't seen a lot of times even Taiga freezing him. That's the thing too, they do have a freeze that can even turn that in some situations. It's a curse.
Now, Tiger's in with a setup. The TP backup comes in, Yuragi. Now head towards Puppy. Chrysalis will go for the BKB TP out. He makes it away.
So no curse, and Doom and Black Hole are coming back up on the side of Secret. No IO.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Perhaps they can look for some fight back too, but Amar playing around his vision.
And then Nisha's Hanging around on the low ground.
They get the ice path.
I mean, he just gets caught straight away. He's able to get that with the roll-up.
Still scary.
And we saw Amar there was even teasing with the idea to keep chasing. But Nisha's fine. He rolls away to safety.
Is under attack.
OG just charging across the map, though. They'll see if they can find any luck down here towards Ice. BKB's up. Indeed, Ice. TP's also on cooldown. He'll try and turn, but the Doom is going to be dooming himself. The Lotus was there. Mar keeping BZM safe from fire.
He did the Lotus and the Lincolns. Like, it was actually so quick because they have the double Lincoln, so it blocks it out as well too after they proc the initial. That was, I mean, such quick fingers there from Amar. Looked like it was potentially maybe going to be a turn too there, but
I mean, that's pretty huge. You know, the 3 heroes dead, and Ice is out for 30. Even if he's back in, no Doom.
no Doom.
It's time for OG to maybe approach the high ground. Off to the side, Jiragi. And he's going to look towards Nisha, but Nisha should be okay with the blink.
Radiant structures.
He's
are
out there, but
fortified.
indeed at the mid, they're going to have some attention towards the base. We'll see this play once again. Amar,
Radiant's middle tower. is
quick
under
reactions. As you say, that initial takeoff at the Lincolns, but then backed up by a further Lotus and a Lincolns offered up by
Radiant's
Amar.
middle
Can we
tower
rewind
has
really quickly?
fallen.
And like, was that like a split second? It was mid at him because he doesn't have the buff while the arms are in air, and then as soon as it's dropping down, he
Radiant's
gets it
middle
off, right?
barracks Has fallen.
I guess it was the initial one that brought the Lincolns. Never mind. So it was actually his. So it wasn't as cool as I thought it was, but it's still very good. And they will get a Rax advantage off of it too, and continue to grow this lead. Amar Timber, man. There's a reason it just gets banned like every single game. 7-0 and 8, even into a tough lane. Always able to just be.
Oh, a bit of an interesting one. It was a big brain, I'm sure, because, you know, I trust in the man. Amar's getting the 4 stuff. What's he doing this for this game?
I'll have to think for a minute. I'll think of something. It has to be something crazy.
There's going to be some big brain.
It has to be something. It's not just like a force, right? You know. So.
Scanning.
I mean, obviously breaking the link for his teammates.
Obviously, that's too small brain. You know, he's usually thinking of something insane, but
Is he
whatever.
popping Lincolns or?
Dire's bottom tower.
I'm not sure, but the
is under
curse.
Lincolns at the moment.
We'll send them back. Still 50 seconds, no Nisha. World is their oyster now on OG.
Oh, look at BZM go. Whew, there we go. Goodbye, Puppy. As BZM, he might even have a chance
look at him go.
for Crystallis. As Amar, he'll casually walk up into the high ground. And taking out Yapso's courier. As, I mean, it's getting to the point where OG's just happy to casually walk into the base of Secret.
Yeah, I think they're just going to start having some fun with it too, especially Amar.
And that's, yeah, that's kind of quite a bit of a loss there for Yapso, because whoa, I see the jump, they've got the black hole. And with the two of them, it's going to get put to a stop. The ice path is down. Let's go. Yapso going down. BZM's ready to fight. Waveforms in over towards Crystallis. They're going to call it. It's over. GG.
The Doom got blocked again. Even in those type of crazy fights, they're somehow able to protect each other with these Lincolns.
I mean, and
wow.
Yeah, these two games, there's no doubt about it. I think the questions we're going to be asked now, is OG going to still look as good as they did sort of last tour and at the major, you know, obviously with the difference being Misha back in the squad in comparison to Seb at the major. And I think the answer is yes, they do. These 2 games, the team fight execution was brilliant. They were completely on the same page, and Secret, I mean, I guess expected, right? They have a new player in the squad. It's something a bit different for them. Probably going to lead just a little bit more